Hello, it is Rachel, and on my podcast and in my Facebook group recently, I've been talking a lot about strong-willed behavior and kids with big emotions and reactions. And what I've really emphasized is that when a child does have strong-willed behavior or these big reactions, it's a sign that they are struggling. So the question obviously becomes, okay, how do we help them with this struggle? Is there anything that we can do to reduce it? And absolutely there is, especially when you recognize that one of the main reasons kids with strong-willed behavior and big reactions struggle is because they are missing a skill very often that we call flexible thinking. Now, flexible thinking allows us to recognize that things can go differently than the way we expected or wanted, and it's okay. But a lot of kids with strong-willed behavior and big reactions, they have in their mind the way something's going to go. Maybe they think that they can stay home and read, but you tell them it's their grandparents' anniversary party, they have to go to the party. Because they had it in their mind that they were going to stay home, when you tell them this, they have this big reaction and this strong-willed, stubborn behavior. Now, we can, though, teach them flexible thinking skills. And we can even practice these skills so they get better and better at them. So I want to give you some suggestions for how to teach these skills. I'm going to give a couple for younger kids and then a couple for older kids. So with younger kids, the way we can teach these skills in a fun way is actually to start with something like you ask them to find an object in the room, like a pencil, and you ask them how that object is normally used. And then you say, let's come up with as many ideas as we can for ways that object can be used differently. So if they spotted a pencil, they may say a pencil is used for writing, but we may also be able to use a pencil for some drum practice. Or we may be able to take the eraser of the pencil, put some paint on it, and create a painting. The idea is that they come up with as many ways as they can that things can be used a little bit flexibly and differently than the way they're expected to be used. You can also play a game with them where they get to choose a rule, and I'm sure they're going to like making this choice because they often like to be in control. They get to choose a rule that's different than the way things normally go. So this rule takes effect temporarily. So maybe it's for the next 30 minutes, we're all going to call each other by a different name, by our middle name or by a silly name. Or maybe it's if we usually eat dinner and then dessert, the rule is tonight we're going to eat dessert and then dinner. So changing the rules to show them that things can go differently than normally expected. Now with older kids, you might get a little bit of resistance if you're trying to play games with them. So what you want to do with older kids is take advantage of the fact that they love telling other people what to do. They think they know a lot, and often they do know a lot, so we take advantage of this. And one of the things that you can do is say to them, okay, I want you to be an advisor based on something that's happening in the world right now. So talk to them about a current event and ask them to advise the politician that's handling that event. The rule is, though, that they have to come up with at least 3 different ways that that politician could solve the problem or address the issue. So they realize there are multiple ways that solutions can happen. You can also ask them to tell you what to do. So let them know that you've had a problem, something that you faced, and how you address the situation. Usually you want to give them a traditional scenario. My friend was mad at me and I went to talk to them, but that didn't work. Have them advise you on some other ways that situation could go. So they're finding non-traditional ways or different ways to look at a similar situation by giving you advice or giving someone else advice. Now, with both younger children and older children, you can talk to them about what it feels like when things don't go the way they like or expect and show them that things can go differently, and it's not as uncomfortable as it used to be for them. This is not about convincing them or lecturing them. It's about them actually experiencing that things can go differently and it's not as uncomfortable as they're used to it being. That's why we want to practice this skill over and over. If you want to hear a little bit more about strong-willed behavior, big emotions, flexible thinking skills, I encourage you to check out my latest 2 episodes. You can find them on my website, rachel-bailey.com, and these are episodes 83 and 84. I'll be back again soon with some more tips for you. Take care.